Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you how to remove a hood and reinstall it by yourself. If you're interested in seeing how we ended up with such a terrible paint job on the hood, there'll be a link in the description for that. If you're doing the same project and have to remove the hood, I'll show you real quick. For this, I'm going to have to take this underside thing off of it, which has got these little black clips. That one looks like it might just pop out for me. Now, I have a tool I'll try in a second, but every hood is pretty similar. You're gonna have to remove this. This is a windshield wiper fluid. That runs through underneath that black thing to your little squirters. Some hoods are gonna have the little light under here. I know a lot of the old trucks had a hood light up under here. So that's gonna have an electrical cable. You'll just have to, those are usually the pull up and pop out type. Depending on what model you're using, they'll have the actuator. This one had this little baby clip on it, and that goes up around here. I just used a screwdriver and wedged up underneath of it and was able to jiggle it around until that came off. And then you've got your hinge bolts. Should be 2 on each side. Some cars might have 3, but that's how you remove it. We're ready to move to taking this off, which should be as simple as giving a little twist and pull. That's all there is to it. Now we're ready to take the hood off. What I'm going to do is bust these loose all the way around. Get all 4 of them loosened up just a little bit. Okay. You know, I want to try to support it just a little bit while you're moving around here. Oops. Left a racket. Okay. Gently tilt that back and pop this off. Now our hood's ready to get picked up and put on our sawhorses. Alright, we're done playing with our hood, so now we're ready for the step of putting it back on. Now, I've moved this around a bunch by myself, so I know I can handle the weight of it. If you're trying to do this by yourself and you're struggling with it, it's a good idea to ask somebody for help. Again, I've moved it around enough. I'm pretty confident I can handle the weight okay. So what our step is, I'm going to get it lifted up, spin around here, and very gently angle it and set it down into here. I'm going to try to avoid smacking the windshield with it because that'll chip or break it. And once it's balanced there, I can rest it on my head and reach in and use my hand. Now I've got 1 bolt installed up under here on each corner, so I'll have quick access to grab that. Let me make sure I can move them by finger. Yep. I want to make sure I didn't accidentally get them in there tight. So I can move both of those. I'm ready to set it in place here. Now I'm going to get one of my hands under here and grab the hood latch. The part on the bottom there that sticks down. I'm going to get one set of fingers in there, and then I can kind of just support it and move it. fall off the sawhorse like that. Okay, we got that set about as gently as we can. Now that it's balanced, I can move over here to my hinge. This, I'm gonna move you around though. You wouldn't want to do that unless you're filming. All right, we're gonna try to slide this over. Nope. That bolt in there is kind of holding us up. So we're just gonna carefully lift this back up. Oh. Take this bolt out. And I just did exactly what we didn't want to do. I just broke my windshield. Alright, we got our bolt started here. Finally. I'm going to leave that a little loose. Try to get our second one. Well, no, I'm not going to worry about the second one now. I'm going to move over to my other side. Let's just say that's a prime example of why you should just ask for help. That was a struggle. And yep, dropped it right into the windshield. I am just failing at everything on this car. Now that we've got it to this point though, and it's being held up on its own, now we can get these bolts in here the rest of the way. Seeing how we're struggling quite a bit trying to get this in, I'm going to try to snug this bolt up and see if that helps get us lined up. Okay, I didn't go tight with it, just tight enough to start pinching the hood and the hinge back together. That looks like it kind of worked here. There we go. Now it's moving. Okay, now we can snug that up a little bit as well. Again, I'm not going to go real tight just yet. Snug both of this side up. Okay, I've loosened those back up just a little bit. I think I got to do that over here too because it looks like we're pinching our metal in the wrong spot. Now what we want to do is try to close it. I'm going to see if it pinches anywhere. You see over here how it kind of jumped? I believe that just fell into where it needed to go. It looks like our gap lines are pretty close to where they need to be. So now we can pop this back up. I'm going to try to reach in right there and get it. Alright, those are snugged. Now we can close this again. Alright, we've got clearance on that one. And clearance over here. So this one has, the bolts themselves have an extra hole or a big ring in it that kind of self-aligns it, which is convenient. Some hoods aren't going to have that. That's how you get it back into position. Now on this one, it's got the actuator rod that holds it, which has this little clip that holds the rod on. We're going to try to reattach that. I'll just use a pair of needle nose pliers, stick that in there and open it up a little bit. Okay, that got it in there. Now we're gonna use those same pliers and give it a little pinch back together. Now if that worked, yep, can't just remove it. That's all there is to it.